Hey ladies, it's Peta here. I was thinking about the stability that I lost and how it was a slow process to rebuild that. So, what happened a number of years ago was I had a car accident, and I was reminded of this yesterday because I drove past that exact spot where it happened. And so I had pulled up at a set of lights, but what occurred was the car didn't see the lights change, nor obviously me pull up or the car next to me, and just ran straight back in to us. And so one of the things that I experienced was a lot of pain in my back and in my neck, and I ended up having lost quite a lot of core strength during that accident, and it was just quite painful to because I was experiencing that pain through my neck and down through my back at the same time. So it was a really slow process to get on top of it, and I was very, very diligent in following what I needed to follow to get better. And so fast forward that, one of the things that I ended up doing was some clinical Pilates with my physiotherapist. And it really, really highlighted to me how important that stability is and how important that core strength is when we lose it, the impact that it has on the rest of our body. And so And what it also highlighted was those slow and steady movements and how they can have such a big impact as well too. So the movements that we do don't necessarily have to be fast. No, we want to do fast movements as well, but there is a time and a place for all types of movement. And so what happened was I became so interested in it. She lent me one of her study books, and I ended up getting some certification in Pilates. And then from there, I went on to get a certification in pelvic floor safe exercises, because after all, the pelvic floor is part of these core muscles. And we often think that they are just those beautiful abdominal muscles, and they're not. They're a group of muscles, basically your whole entire torso. And so they work really hard, and if you can imagine it, there's a lot of muscles there trying to actually keep us stable. And so if we're not actually working them and taking care of them, then what happens is we lose our ability to do so many things in life. And if you think about it, for many of us girls, we love walking, but if we're walking and we don't have a stable body, then we're walking in a position where we're probably hunched over a little bit or bent over. And what's happening is we're not engaging those muscles, which means they become less strong in our body, which therefore means over time that hunched over and that leaning forward is going to become worse. It also means that it gives us this ability to be able to build strength as well. So if you imagine that if you didn't have a stable body and then you started to lift things, then what happens is you put yourself at risk of injury. So, the very, very basics of starting to exercise really has to start with that building of that stability. And I know for myself, I didn't appreciate that, nor did I understand that until I went through this car accident. And so I had been exercising, and I did start late in life when I did start exercising, but it really brought home for me the importance of really connecting with our body and how it moves. So, just to be able to carry, those grocery bags, you may have noticed that you used to carry two grocery bags in both hands. So you'd be able to get four lots of bags into the house at once. And now all of a sudden you're carrying, one bag in each hand. So, it's halved. So is that because of the stability that you have in your body, or is it because of the strength? Now, it could be both, and possibly is both. Maybe what's happening there is you're not doing the strength work, and maybe you're not doing the strength work because you're experiencing some aches and pains in your body, particularly maybe the lower back, or the neck, or in the upper back even. And so all of these things have this massive, massive impact on our movement. And so what I will encourage you to do today is to actually think about, is your body stable? Can you stand on one leg for, 30 seconds, and, not just one side, not just your dominant side. Can you stand on the other side? When you look at yourself in the mirror, do you look and you're sort of like leaning forward, or you're hunched over a little bit? Or when you're standing, like I'm standing here right now talking to you, do you start to experience, that lower back pain when you're just simply standing? So one of the things that we cover off in our 5-day Stronger Core, Stronger Body program is the stabilization of the body, and just learning how to actually connect and how to build that strength. And we do build it in that 5 days. But there are 3 key areas that I found that ladies come to this program, and they are because they are experiencing pain in their back or in their hips, because that's the other area as well too. So they're experiencing pain, or it's about prevention. So they're starting to feel like their body is not feeling as young as it used to. So it's starting to feel this impact of age. And so they then go, okay, well, let me get started. And they understand that the importance of actually starting with that stronger body is to start with stabilizing it first. And so they come along and do it, and get great results from it. And of course, so we've got prevention as one, we've got that pain as another, and then the other one is posture, which is really, really interesting because they're feeling like, they are hunched over. And of course, if you think about the lifestyle that we have now, we spend a lot of time sitting. When we go out to meet friends, we're driving our car, so we could possibly be hunching forward at that point. When we're sitting waiting for those friends to arrive, we're probably on our phone, or electrical device of some shape or form. And so we're probably got that head down, and we're leaning again. And then they arrive, and so we continue to sit. And if you think about, sitting, most of the time we start to sit forward, and we don't sit upright in that body. And so all of these things have an impact on the strength that we have in our body to just do everyday activities, let alone, those things that we love and enjoy in life, whether that be, playing with kids, or playing with grandkids, or whether that be, hiking a mountain, or skiing a mountain, or playing your beloved golf. And it's one of the things that I've heard on numerous occasions. I have quite a number of golfers who work out with me, and they've come in to learn how to, just get a stronger body in the first instance, and then they've realized how much stronger they've become in being able to do that golf swing that they've got, and that they haven't had that back pain when they've been doing it. So it really helps in so many different ways, whether that be sporting activities, whether that be everyday life activities, or whether it be, those things that we love and cherish and enjoy. And so often we can get very, very caught up on doing, okay, I've got to get out and do a million things at once, and I've got to be able to do so much. But really what it comes back down to is just start with the foundation. Start with actually learning how your body moves. Start with learning the foundations, and then what you find is your body becomes stronger and you get less aches and pains in your body when you start that way. And so if you would like to know more, all you need to do is just simply message me or post below, yell out that you'd like to know more, and I'm certainly here to help you, because I've been through it. I've experienced it. You know, from that car accident, I lost so much of my core strength and I had to rebuild it from scratch. So I understand where it's coming from, and how long it can take to get there. So what I've done is put together a program that makes it a lot quicker to get there. And so if you are that person who is about those 3 Ps, you're experiencing pain, or you're noticing your posture isn't as good, or you're noticing those aches and pains coming on because of age, and you want that prevention factor, then please reach out. So that's it for me today. Have a fantastic day. And remember that if you want more hints and tips about using this strong body that we have for our whole life, then please come over into my free group, Women Over 50, Get Active and Healthy. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.